I'm going to be introducing our next speaker. And I see her on the screen. Johann, welcome from Ireland.
Hey, Deb.
Welcome.
Hey, Angel. It's so great to be here. Wow, what a great start. The singer at the very beginning. Oh my God, what an angel voice. Oh, incredible. Love everything you're doing so far. Really looking forward to today.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing from you. And so if you do not know who Johann Callaghan is, she is from Kildare, Ireland. She is already a #1 best-selling author, and she is a certified sleep science coach, and she is absolutely a global speaker. Well, welcome here today. I'm going to tell you something a little bit that you may not know. If you do know her, she did 3 parachute jumps, and she's a tad of a thrill seeker. The woman who tells you that you should sleep well at night and rest and take care of yourself is out jumping out of planes. Oh my gosh. And her favorite music, Prince. Oh, classic. I know that Dee Lippingwell, the woman who opened up in the reel, she has shot Prince. I have pictures of what she's done there. And she is going to be giving a free gift as well, which I'll let her talk about. And you are also going to have an opportunity to win a private consultation call with this amazing woman. So now I just got a note from my co-host here. Are you looking to do, and did you and Dorothea, are you doing a PowerPoint, or are you coming right into it?
I'm going to do a PowerPoint.
Okay, and it's all set up, ready to go? Okay,
yeah.
Good. Good to know.
Absolutely. So I'll kick off, Debs, then, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. It's all yours.
Great. Okay, great. Well, you know what? I am absolutely delighted and thrilled to be here. I'm going to be talking all about sleep and performance. I'm just marking my time here. It's 20 minutes, isn't it, Debs?
Absolutely.
So sleep and performance. Wow. I mean, we're all here to perform, whether you are a housewife, a husband, a CEO, whether you're an entrepreneur or a mother, like we all need to perform to some level. And sleep can help to provide that for us. I'm going to be talking all about sleep and what sleep can provide for us. And you're going to be blown away. I mean, you may have heard a lot of stuff about sleep and all the benefits of sleep and all the detrimental negative impacts of sleep. And that can be quite frightening. So I'm going to try and stick with the positive side of things, because I probably would put you to sleep if I gave you all the negative implications. But really, at the end of the day, sleep is profound for our health, our well-being, our mood, and our performance levels, our energy levels. So I'm going to be talking about wake and sleep as two forces that work together very well. So wake and sleep, they're 2 phases in our lives, and they really govern everything about our mental health and our physical health, all the different levels of health, our energy performance. And it really is the mirror image of wakefulness and vice versa. Now, sleep and wakefulness, they're tethered together. Like we can't have one without the other. It's like that yin yang. So we need the two of them both and depend on each other. And sleep resets our ability to be more focused and to be emotionally stable as well. So there's a lot of stress, upsets, worries, concerns in the world. And with a good night of sleep, it can really help us to be emotionally resilient. So we're going to talk about how to get better sleep, what's useful about sleep, how to be more focused and alert in wakefulness without the dips in energy and focus. So does that sound good to everybody? Let me see your hands. Does that sound good? Yes, absolutely fantastic. So why is this important? Why is sleep important? Well, sleep is essential for every single process in the body, our physical health, our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual health, all these different levels of our being. We need sleep to reinforce and strengthen all these areas. And I believe that when we are aligned with all these areas, this is when we can show up at our best. And this is what this today is all about. It's showing up at your best, and sleep can provide that for you. It's essential for our brain health, this clearing of all the toxic waste. So our brain is so busy during the daytime with all the different neural activities and neuroplasticity, so much stuff going on in the brain. And at nighttime, through this process of deep sleep, it clears our brain from all this toxic waste. So sleep is crucial for this whole area. And learning and memory, this is when all our memories are laid down, when we learn stuff. So we need to be able to remember and to recall. This is a whole process as well that we absolutely need with a good night of sleep. Now, lack of sleep affects our metabolism And this can lead to weight problems. There's a lot of obesity and overweight in the world at the moment. 6 out of 10 people in Ireland are either overweight or obese, and this leads to type 2 diabetes, all sorts of chronic diseases, cardiovascular, heart problems. And we know that heart disease is probably the number one killer in the world, and sleep has a big impact on this area. And it also impacts our mood and our relationships. Imagine our relationships. So whether you're a mother or a CEO, top executive, it's going to impact your relationships in a big way. And lack of sleep has been shown to impair our immune system between 50 and 70%. Wow, who would have known? Our immune system is made at nighttime. Our white blood cells, our killer cells are all made, and there are a lot of scientific studies to show the negative impacts, even after one night of short sleep duration. Now, why now? Why not? Why are we talking about sleep now? Why is it a hot topic right now? Well, we are living in a world where it is so busy. It is so busy. We are nonstop on the go. We never stop. We're using every minute of the day that we can to get more work done. And it's leading to a range of health problems, including, again, obesity, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, depression. All these things are linked to lack of sleep. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 adults in the United States are not getting enough sleep on a regular basis. And 70% of Americans, they complain that they're not getting enough sleep in general. That is huge. So there's a lot of people going around feeling tired. And in the UK, 66% of adolescents, so our teenagers, they cite poor sleep as negatively impacting on their mental health. And we do know that teenagers, it's a tough word out there at the moment for our teenagers. Lots of suicide numbers, all that sort of thing. Now, my promise to you at the end of this talk is that you are going to go away with information about how you can manage your energy levels throughout the daytime. You're going to be aware of your body's natural energy fluctuations because they happen in cycles of alertness and rest. This is going to blow you away. And the critical role of sleep in energy management and our performance at the end of the day. Now, currently, what we are doing wrong, we're in this modern world, as I say, it's been run by social demands, this always on, our busy lifestyle. And we've adopted this attitude of more, bigger, faster, right? And this is the belief that we have to succeed in life and to succeed in business. And all these demands to achieve and succeed, they're outweighing our capacity, our ability to provide this. And it's leading to breakdown and burnout. That's what it's leading to at the end of the day. So you may be somebody who's very productive, but you're not managing your energy levels, and it's you're using all the resources, energy resources in your body until it leads to burnout. And I think a lot of people can relate to this. A lot of entrepreneurs, CEOs do experience this. So it's something we need to be really, really mindful of. It's negatively impacting our energy, our focus, our creativity even. Our creativity is dampened. And our passion. We absolutely need to have passion behind. This is our driver. This is our motivator, right? And this is what we need to have optimal performance. So we need to manage our energy rather than the time, right? So we need to manage our energy rather than managing our time. So you've heard of task management. We need to manage our tasks and our energy around our tasks rather than time. So we've all heard that, we 24 hours in the day, we all have 24 hours, and it's the same amount of time every single day. And we say things like, oh, where did the day go? And I wish I had another hour to do more work or whatever. We all say things like this, but we all have the same 24 hours. So utilizing your energy over time is what's going to actually give you more. So more rest and better sleep is actually going to have you be more productive and better performance. It sounds counterintuitive, but I'm going to show you why. We were never meant to run like computers, always on, processing many tasks at the same time, running at all these high speeds. We were not designed like computers. It's a misperception that we have. So what are we going to do? What I want to talk about is nature's rhythms, because if you think about it, over thousands of years, right, we have evolved with rhythms of daytime, nighttime, loads of different types of rhythms in nature. And I'm going to talk a little bit about them. If you think about it, when we lived in caves, we slept when it was dark, and we hunted and we ate only during the daytime when we had daylight. And we've evolved with all this process. So these rhythms of work and rest, they were dictated more by the cycles of daytime and nighttime. Now, what I want to talk to you about is sleep and wakefulness. Okay, so these cycles of sleep and wakefulness and how to really utilize them, but also another cycle called, it's the basic rest activity cycle. It's also called BRAC. Okay, I don't know if anyone have ever heard of that before, but let's start with the circadian rhythm. So this is the 24-hour cycle. It's a biological cycle. It's a process that every single living creature adheres to. And sleep is one of these rhythms. Now, there are other rhythms like digestion, appetite, or hormones. These are all influenced by this circadian rhythm. We have peaks and lows of all these different behaviors, if you like, during this 24-hour process. So during the daytime, it's light that primarily activates the start of our day. It's what resets our circadian rhythm, this circadian rhythm. And there's a little chemical inside our brain. The minute we get daylight, bright light in the morning time, it creates a timing signal in the brain. 16 hours later is when it will start to release melatonin. So you can actually anchor this timing system in our body, and it will utilize all these other different behaviors, because all these different behaviors has a time in the day where it's more optimized. And then at nighttime, we have the melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. So that's only released at nighttime when it's absolute darkness. Now, melatonin is our sleep hormone, but it's a lot more than just a sleep hormone. I could talk an hour about melatonin. It's the most potent antioxidant in our body as well, melatonin. So I'll leave you with that. You can look up more on that, but it is such a potent antioxidant as well. We absolutely need melatonin to protect our body and brain. Now, in this cycle, right, you may have heard of cortisol, our stress hormone. So cortisol gives us energy and focus. Now, in this cycle, cortisol is at its highest in the morning time. Now, we can help to activate cortisol by looking at or exposing ourselves to daylight. Now, getting outside as soon as you wake up is absolutely crucial. It's an anchor point. It's an anchor in our timing system of our body. It tells our body what time of day it is. And then all the other behavioral systems and hormones, it's like a timing system for them. They know where you are in the daytime, but cortisol is what gives us our energy and focus, and it's highest in the morning. So morning times is the best time for your concentration. It's the best time to do those tasks that you need focus, because cortisol and most of our blood is in our brain in the first part of the day as well. So this cortisol and melatonin have this bidirectional relationship with each other. Now, here's the cycle of the circadian rhythm. So as you can see, if you were to wake up around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, so our blood pressure starts to rise. This happens to everybody when you're waking up. You're more likely to have a bowel movement about an hour or so after you wake up. Your alertness is highest first thing in the morning. You've more blood supply in the brain. The blood very cleverly then goes into the digestive system in the afternoon, where it's the best time to actually digest your food. So we talk about being able to absorb your food, right? A lot of people are eating even healthy foods, but we're not able to absorb. The best time for absorption and digesting your food, your metabolism, is best after lunchtime, around lunchtime. Between 12 and 2 o'clock is the ideal time for this. And as you can see, if we go through the cycle, then we have another peak in alertness in the later afternoon. And there's the best time to do certain things throughout this clock. And when we understand this, we can utilize our day. But I'm going to go one step further in just a moment. So diurnal rhythms, these are the nighttime, daytime. We do have hormones, daytime hormones, nighttime hormones. And We are the anabolism and the catabolism. So catabolism is where we break things down. This is during the daytime. So things like cortisol, adrenaline, these are active during the daytime. And at nighttime, particularly, we have the growth hormone, which enables us to grow, heal, repair. And we absolutely need renewal. We need renewal and rejuvenation at nighttime to allow us to operate at our best during the daytime. Now, the ultradian rhythms, this is what really, really excites me. The ultradian rhythms, this is another rhythm that that I've only come across in maybe the last couple of years. Ultradian rhythms it's another rhythm. It operates in a 90-minute cycle. Okay. Now, it was first discovered by a man called Callaghan, who discovered the REM process. So REM is where we sleep at nighttime. Now, but what he also discovered, interests me, was we all thought that sleep was a passive process. You just go to sleep at nighttime, you're unconscious, nothing's happening. But nothing could be further than the truth. There is so much going on in your body at nighttime that it just blows me away. What he discovered was that during REM sleep, this is where we are most active. Our brain waves are most active. But he also noticed that we go through these phases. So one cycle is about 90 minutes. And this is also an ultradian rhythm. One cycle of 90 minutes is an ultradian rhythm. So he noticed that we do have a passive part of this cycle, but we also have an active part of this cycle. So he discovered this in the sleep process. And what he also discovered was we don't only have this ultradian rhythm at nighttime when we're sleeping, we also have it during the daytime. And what's significant about this is if we apply it to our daytime and what we are doing during the daytime in these 90-minute cycles, if you consider your brain uses a lot of energy in your body, and how this works, we have this activity of high frequency brainwave activity for most of this 90-minute cycle. And then for about 20 minutes or so, we need to reduce the brainwave activity to allow the brain to recuperate and replenish. And really what's happening is this potassium and sodium balance. So we need potassium and sodium for the electrical firing of our brain cells, but then we also need to be able to rejuvenate our brain and renew our brain, especially if we're doing very high intensive activity in our brain waves. So if you consider during the daytime, and even today, when you're on all these Zoom calls, make sure that you take plenty of breaks. And a break could even look like just 1 minute. After I do a lot of calls, I like to go out and go for a walk. And that slows down my brainwaves. And in the brainwaves slowing down, this enables the potassium and sodium to balance back out again to get you ready for another bout of activity, high intensive activity. And this is how our brain works. So when we understand these cycles, and if you try to plow through something for 3 hours non-stop, you're going to be more exhausted and get less done. So you're better off taking plenty of breaks, even if it's 1 minute. And a break could be hanging the washing out on the line because you're using low brainwave activity, right? That's what I do. So I don't know about you, but when I discovered this, I was like, oh my God. So now I can actually do more during the daytime and get more done in less time as a result of this. This is how it operates, the ultradian performance rhythm. So in peaks of 90-minute cycles, we have a peak, we have a top performance peak, and then we have a recovery peak. And this happens. Now, you may not even notice this at times, but your cells do know that your cells want to recover. And sometimes if you are doing high intensive activity with the brain, you will become tired, obviously. So just know that this rhythm exists in your body. Now, this guy, Tony Schwartz, he said the way that we're working isn't working. So this consistent grinding, go, it is not working. This book is on my book list to read, but it's a very good book. It has a lot of great recommendations. So that's one to put on your book list. But the way we're working isn't working. And he talks a lot about this ultradian rhythm as well. Now, there's also infradian rhythms, and these are monthly cycles. So for the women, we have the monthly cycles, or if you're going through perimenopause, and it is Menopause Awareness Month this month in October. So that's why I just wanted to show this in here. So we have the estrogen, progesterone, and it's the fluctuation of these hormones. And we need estrogen for our brain health, you know, the brain fog that, you know, women's brains age a lot quicker than men because of the reduction of estrogen. So no, estrogen is very important as well. But we go through these fluctuations during the month, and the reduction in estrogen and progesterone, this is what results in the hot flashes. So temperature is something that controls our circadian rhythm as well. And when we are hot, this is when we wake up. So I'm not going to go into it too much, but just to know that during the month, we do have times where, like when we're having a period, this is where we need to take it easy. And we actually need more calories when we're having a period as well. We need more energy. So it's not a good time to put on a big, huge event like this if you're going through that time in the cycle. So just to know your cycle as well. So just to throw that in. We also have circadian rhythms as well. So these are seasonal. So our body is very intuitive and understands where we are in the seasons in the year as well. And all this is to do with light information. Light information is so, so important. But what you can do, and we're coming near the end and we're going to do a Q&A for a few minutes, I think. So what you can do to help you get through your day and sleep well at nighttime is get your daily dose. So these are the happy brain chemicals. So dose stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And you will get this when you go outside into the sunlight. Even if it's an overcast day, you are getting enough sunlight. For it, just to put into comparison, I have a ring light on here, and that would probably give out about 500 lux of light. But if I go outside, it's 10,000, even on a cloudy day. So you can't beat the daylight, even if it's in the winter months. So getting outside is absolutely crucial. You'll get your dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, and these will all make you feel wonderful, really start you off for your day. I love my golden hour first thing in the morning. This is one of the practices that I do. And even if you exercise, better again, because exercising will tell your body what time of day it is as well. So these hormones in the brain, motivation, all these brilliant things. Trust is something that we absolutely need to build relationships. And when we have slept well and our energy levels are optimal, we don't feel as threatened. Our emotional, our amygdala in our brain is not as amplified when we sleep well and we manage our energy levels during the daytime. So remember, consistency is key. Keep to your schedule, keep to your rhythms, understand your rhythms. And I could expand on this so much more, but in 20 minutes, I hope you got something out of this. Your hormones are run by your circadian rhythm, your daytime hormones, your nighttime hormones. Natasha is going to be speaking later on about winding down for sleep and your bedroom and all of that. So really, she's the Ayurvedic goddess. So listening to her talk, she's going to be talking a little bit more about that. And I was absolutely delighted when I spoke with her last week when she told me that she's speaking a bit on sleep, because there's so much we can cover. So start your day with your morning routine, because this anchors this circadian rhythm for you. So greet the sun early in the day, and also greet the sun at sunset as well. This is another anchor for our timing system in our body. And this will help you get in sync with your natural rhythms of sleep and wakefulness. So that's me. I do have a free gift. I'm going to put it into the chat. It's a free ebook that you can download. It's packed with information. Oh my God. So that's free. That's my gift to you today. Thank you for listening.
That was amazing. But let's do some love.